Once again, this is Miana. Today's video, which will be the first of the very first of my videos, will be telling my story and where I fell into depression, kind of what happened in my life that led to the position I'm in now, and yeah, to see if anyone can relate and so you guys can actually understand where I'm coming from and what actually happened to me, to know why I am the way I am now and why I'm so passionate about depression and anxiety and paranoia and OCD and other mental. For the most part, I have always been different. I've always had a very negative thought process when it comes to a lot of things in my life. Even when I was younger, I always had the negative view on things, or I normally didn't care about things, which was kind of one of the first signs to me personally. But what actually happened to me, and I will try to make this video fast, what actually happened to me was in the 9th grade, I was a victim of sexual assault. And I will not say completely the entire story, but mainly what happened was it was me and an older guy. I was a freshman, and I believe at the time the incident happened, he was a senior in high school. And things happened. I do take the blame for certain things because I put myself in a very bad position. But I was sexually assaulted, and my sexual assault was recorded. He recorded the most of the incident, and after the situation happened, and after the incident happened, he told me basically if I don't tell anyone what happened, and I don't tell anyone that he sexually assaulted me, it would just drop and it wouldn't be anything, and I would just be able to go the rest of my life without any problems. Couple weeks after that go past, and he did not keep his side of the situation, and he ended up showing a lot of people in my high school the video of me being sexually assaulted. So as you can imagine, being a high schooler and a freshman in high school, especially me attending a majority black high school, it was hard. My 9th grade year was extremely hard. It was extremely hard for me to force myself to go to school every day, knowing that people don't know the entire situation of what happened. A lot of people in my high school, basically a lot of people in my high school thought I was a hoe. That's kind of the main point of it. Most of my high school, when they saw the video and they knew the guy that my situation happened with, I was labeled as a hoe. And the video of him sexually assaulting me and what was going on ended up spreading throughout my entire high school. And I actually was forced to, at that point, tell my parents. So I did have to tell my mother and I did have to tell my father what happened and what was going on. And the situation proceeded from there. But yes, in high school, I was sexually assaulted, which I believe, and according to my therapist and my psychiatrist, that definitely was one of the big things that happened in my life that definitely started my depression. In addition to the fact that after my sexual assault, I was also in an abusive relationship. Once again in 9th grade. So as you can see, my 9th grade year, 2010 as a whole for me, was not a good year. 2010 was really the starting year for a lot of my issues and a lot of my problems. And 2010 was also the main year where I became antisocial because of the abusive relationship and because of the sexual assault. I believe that that's what made me who I am today. In all honesty, that's made me the strong and antisocial person that I am, which is not always that positive. But on the other hand, that's also made me realize that I can handle a lot of things that I did not know I could handle. In the 9th grade, sexual assault in an abusive relationship is not something that a 9th grader needs to handle. And it's not something that a 9th grader needs to handle by herself at all, which is a part of the reason why I'm starting this and why I'm doing everything that I am now, because I want to be there for that 8th and 9th grader who had something very dramatic happen in their life and they don't know what they're feeling. They don't know what's going on. So, like I stated, my 9th grade year of high school definitely started a lot of my problems. So from the 9th grade up until now being a sophomore in college, I have been battling depression. In the beginning of this year, the beginning of 2015, was mainly my first time. I've been to other doctors and other psychiatrists, but January 2015, after a very hard and troubling breakup, that was when I officially, in my mind, hit rock bottom to a certain extent. So that's when I lost my appetite. I always had a problem with appetite. I've always had a problem with kind of being agitated very easily. So that's January of 2015 is when everything kind of escalated. And that's when I went to my first therapist. I went to the student health center at my school. Meeting with the first therapist, I was then put on 2 antidepressants, which are a very big part in my life now, actually. The antidepressants have helped. However, I was doing fine and I was on a very high point in my life until recently, about a few weeks ago, I was actually sexually assaulted again. And this time it was actually by someone that was actually close to me, someone that at one point in my life I definitely thought was a very close friend and someone that I genuinely cared for. We were at a party, and though I would not put any names out there, we were at a party and the person was extremely intoxicated. I was not at all under the influence. The person was intoxicated, and once again, I was sexually assaulted. So as you can imagine, that coming from a person who has been sexually assaulted before and who already struggles with things like that, that was a major setback for me. Major setback. So we are still working on coming up from that currently, which is why this video and this YouTube channel is going to be a big part of helping me. Not only do I plan on helping other people and helping other youth and reaching out, this is also going to be a big part in order to help me. So yes, that is my entire story. As you can tell, I suffer from severe depression due to a lot of issues. There were a lot of other things that happened in my life that has affected my mindset, and according to other people, has affected the levels of serotonin in my mind and the levels of serotonin in my body. But yes, due to sexual assault and being in an abusive relationship at a young age, the person that I was in an abusive relationship, I think actually now he is in the military. So that is a very big, switch. But yes, the guy who originally sexually assaulted me, I have no clue what happened with him. For those of you who do not know, I did stay at the high school that I was in the 9th grade. I did stay and actually ended up graduating from that high school. From my 9th grade year, I lost a lot of friends. I fell into a very, very dark place. During the abusive relationship, I lost a lot of friends. So yeah. That's my story. To you all, it might not be much, but to me, it is a lot to be able to come on here, to be able to come on YouTube and actually tell my story, knowing that not many people, I think only one person who is actually Alana, the person I've mentioned in the past video, there's only one person who actually knows my entire story. So for me to be able to open up and actually tell a virtual world what happened to me and why I suffer from depression and kind of some of the main causes is a big thing. So yes, like I said, this video is just to tell my story so you guys can kind of know where I come from and what started my journey. And the next video, which I will probably be posting tomorrow, because I'm going to try to do daily videos or at least every other day videos. My video tomorrow will be on being on medication with depression, just for the few students or the few youth who actually are watching my videos and who these videos will reach, who feel like they may battle depression and are not too sure about medication because they've heard different things about how medication can cause your thoughts to get worse and things like that. So I just kind of want to be like a first primary source to a few people about being on medication when you are suffering from depression and things like that. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Please follow me on all social media at Bedlxm. And yes, I will be sure to respond back to everything. Thank you everyone who has given me positive feedback so far, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.